Edit that out. Edit that out.
That's my new gift. All right, welcome to Talking Beer. I'm Ryan. This is Brett from HDI, and today we have a lineup for you. What do you got, Brett?
Well, we have a slew of different kinds of beers here today. We have something that we haven't had here before that I don't know if you've had before. This is a Belgian-style goose or goose.
I can tell you I have not.
It is a sour beer, real sour beer, done in gigantic foeders.
What is a foeder?
A foeder is a huge barrel, wood.
Huge barrel.
Huge wood barrel that they have had for about 300 years.
Oh,
so that's kind of what gives it the flavor, is the fact that they haven't cleaned those things in 300 years.
That's disgusting.
It's not.
I know it's not. They do. It's open top too, right? So
they do open spontaneous fermentation. We talked about that last week, I think, for a second.
They let it in, and you said there was spider webs above it and everything.
Yeah. And that was there. That was at Bone.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And it is Bone, not Boone, because I met the guy. His name is, when I went to the brewery, he said, "Hi, my name is Frank Bone." So it's Bone, not Boone.
So it's not Boone's Farm?
See, it says Boone, but it's definitely Bone, because I met the guy. This is New Park's Ferris. It is a coffee imperial stout. We go into this can.
You got it, buddy. That's the one right there.
All right. And then we have some Bourbon County Stout from 2015. Another ageable. This is something that I picked up at Harvest Wine and Spirits. This is Noah by Omnipolo. I just kind of like it. It's got natural and artificial flavors of caramel. You should try it since it's open.
I was gonna say, Brett, you already opened it, and
I like it. It's good tasting stuff.
Let me see here. It's got a nice, fun label. Smiley face action.
Yeah.
That looks just like you.
Oh yeah. And then this we're introducing to this part of Connecticut, March 5th. This is Sweetwater from Atlanta. One of my personal favorites. It's what you drink when you tailgate at Clemson football or any big Southern football game. If you try to buy it the day of the game, it's sold out. You have to go the day before. This is something from my friends in Atlantic Heights, New Jersey, Highlands, New Jersey. This is a lager. Again, different style. So this is an IPA, 5.5%, really easy to drink. We have our friends from Treehouse, Julius and Sap. See?
You got a stutter?
Sap. Yeah. And then my buddy Sean Lawson sent me this opaque IPA, which is his first attempt at a cloudy IPA. Because technically, Sip of Sunshine isn't cloudy. It has a chill haze to it, but it's not a hazy IPA from New England.
So what I catch right off the bat here is the topping. It appears to be a tinfoil like.
Well, he uses tinfoil on all of his stuff. Different.
That's cool.
Different brands, different colors.
That's really cool. It's fun. This is very immediately chocolate.
Chocolate caramel. It's some people call it a pastry beer.
Yeah,
a dessert beer.
I was like, wow, it smells like cake. Yeah, it smells like cake.
11%. I don't really taste 11%
No,
at all.
I don't either. I was gonna say that. I'm shocked.
And I'm not usually a fan of artificial flavors being in a beer, but this tastes okay. I like it, like I said. Which we know from the difference between a lager and an ale, if we are educating.
Okay, what is the difference?
Is the type of yeast. An ale yeast is top fermenting yeast, while a lager yeast is a bottom fermenting. For those that want to study and remember it, I use Budweiser to remember about the yeasts, because Beechwood chips are at the bottom of the tanks. So they sit at the bottom of the lagering tanks for Budweiser. So then I know that the yeast works at the bottom. That's how I remember. Because I've obviously been there, and the Beechwood chips are sitting at the bottom. They don't float. They're beer logged.
Sure.
So they sink because they reuse them, and they're beer logged, not waterlogged, but it's what they use them for is it's more surface area for the yeast to sit on. And that's the whole thing about those Belgian beers is they're all wood. They're all made in wood.
So you went to the Budweiser brewery. I know there's a bunch across the country and in other countries.
12.
In the U.S. And then which one did you go to? Or like all of them? Or?
I've been to the one in New Hampshire, in Merrimack. I've been to Baldwinsville, St. Louis, Newark. That's it.
Okay. Anywhere?
No, I've been to Fort Collins, Colorado.
Across the pond, anywhere?
No, I have not. I've been to Heineken.
Me
across
too.
the pond.
That was a good one.
Yeah, and I've been to these Belgian breweries, a few of them.
If you're ever in Amsterdam, the Heineken brewery is worth taking a look at. It's a kind of a cool experience because you get to see their marketing too. Like I assume when I was there, it was a while ago, but I talked to someone recently. They have this like platform that with a football. You're watching soccer, football, and the platform's moving just like you're dodging balls from the goalie. It's pretty cool. I had a great time at that brewery.
Yeah, I went in '96. Which some of my friends,
2000.
oddly enough, were in grammar school.
I went upon leaving the Marine Corps.
I went with my my draft guy at Hartford Distributors, Ozzy, in 1996 after I graduated Clemson.
This is good. I like it. It's very light. It's I would say comparable to any light beer that you drink.
Yeah,
But I mean,
a lager.
like a lager, but with like
actually, you know what it is light? It's 4.8, 4.9. 4.9 is Bud Light is 4.2, Budweiser's 5, so it's kind of in between.
but with kind of a more flavor.
Yeah, I mean it's a craft lager.
Yeah, it's
So
good.
it's craft is going to have more flavor for sure. Small batches.
So when you say small batches, what does that mean? Like how many?
Well, I mean, Budweiser's probably made in 600 barrel batches. Well, that's probably made in 20 barrel batch.
Okay, and what's a barrel?
A barrel is 2 half barrels. If you go to, you know what a half barrel looks
you
like?
buy a barrel of a keg, half keg.
It's
or technically
a barrel of beer is 2 of those.
Okay, right. Okay, so when you say 600, you're talking 1,200 kegs.
1,200 half barrels,
Or
yeah.
half barrels, yeah. What
Right.
everybody would know is a keg.
Right. Like even like Two Roads is the biggest craft brewery around here, in New England probably, making the largest
went to.
batches
Yes, we
of beers in New England, which is why Sean Lawson picked Two Roads to go to, because they're the only brewery, or they were the only brewery at the time in New England that can dry hop 300 barrel batch of beer at once.
I mean, it was a really fun experience, like just walking through and seeing the size of the place because I didn't know how enormous it was. And I'm putting together a full 360 tour, so I shot it all in 360, walked through, had a camera on my back, walked through and had the tour, and they were
They're
really
gonna
cool
like that.
about it. And
Did you meet Phil?
No, I met Ryan.
He's the genius there. He's the master. He's the brewmaster. Phil Markowski.
He talked about him a lot, obviously, and how he came up with the idea of putting the tanks outside with the tanker trucks and being able to pipe it back in. It was just a cool, innovative, interesting place to be.
They're building a barrel room.
Oh, really?
But the only problem is their barrels are going to be 1 year old, where these are 300 years
Right.
old. So you're going to get a lot more flavor from that. Even what would be really cool is if they sold theirs. That would be cool. Like I went to these places, they actually literally have someone on their payroll that just fixes those barrels.
When you say you went to those, like, where are these places?
This is in Lambic, Belgium,
Okay. so
which is where sour beer was invented,
okay.
spontaneously, coming off the river.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, we should drink this.
Yeah, all right, I'm down.
Yeah. I think you're gonna like this. It's one of my personal faves for sour, non-fruited.
So it's a cork.
Whoop! Wow. That was nice. Now this is going to foam up.
Why do you say it's gonna foam up?
Because Belgian beers have nice tight bubbles, lots of CO2. There's literally yeast still in here. So what this means is that's a live beer. So it'll last forever. If you want to zoom in on that, look at that. To best before the end of 2033. That's the code date.
That's amazing. And then, what's your typical beer best before?
Most are 180 days for craft. Budweiser's 110.
And what dictates that?
The brewmaster's feelings, how they tested it and how they've gone over it over the years and years and years and tested it, taste tested it, and it's still good after that many
Right.
days. I mean, truthfully, you keep a Budweiser cold, or any beer really cold, except for these newfangled IPAs that we like, which you don't like. But
Well, I just don't like when they're overly heavy, but
well,
yeah.
it's fine. But anyway,
But I'm actually
they don't last. Those
I am
don't last
learning-
long at all.
I am learning a lot. I am like.
I think you'll
literally-
like this.
I'm literally finding a taste for things that I didn't think I would like at all.
Well, we're gonna go through stuff that you've maybe, hopefully, never had before, like this.
Yeah, I've never had this.
So you see how it's a little funky? That's from the bacteria that's alive that sits in the wood.
Am I gonna have the shits later?
Oh no, no.
No, that's
If anything,
that's
this'll
cool.
do is
that's,
help.
That's cool. It kind of has a like a kombucha.
There's a little fruitiness.
Kinda like a
Yeah.
kombucha kind of flavor, which makes sense.
Live wild yeast probably in that stuff. I don't drink that stuff because it's, I don't know, doesn't taste good to me. And it's not beer.
Yeah.
If it was alcoholic, I'd probably drink it.
Well, it is. Small percent.
not enough.
No, not enough. Cough medicine has more. But it is an interesting. And I don't know if you know anything about kombucha. It's this thing called a SCOBY.
That's good.
It's a serendipitous colony of bacteria that makes it, and it looks like a gooey kind of sponge, I guess you could say. It's not as porous, but it's just like, I don't know, it kind of looks gross.
I did
Stuff
have a beer
makes
that was made from the dregs of kombucha.
it. What are the? Oh, yeah. And how did it come out?
It was good. I mean, it was just like a fruited sour beer.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this has got that same kind of flavor. So, anyway, I like this one a lot. This is very surprising and fun. And I know.
I have had tables of this over the years, a rising pint of this, and it does go fairly quickly because most.
So let me
It's
ask.
expensive.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is
So-
like, what's the deal? Like, am I going to walk in and this is $40 a bottle,
Not
or
that
is
much.
it like? I mean, to me, this is almost like buying a nice little wine or a champagne kind of thing for your table.
Actually, I would say the taste profile of this would be good for a wine drinker. Like if someone really likes wine and they're like trying to get into beer,
Yeah.
I would start with the sours because
Sure.
sours are going to be more, as far as all beer goes, it's going to be most similar in the way it sits on their palate. It's a little more acidic than regular beer, which wine is a little more acidic than regular beer.
Almost like a prosecco kind of, because the bubbles, whatever, but it'll have that, rich flavor. Oh no, this is nice.
All right, let's drink more. This is,
All
I
right.
think you're going to really like this. 5.5% IPA. I was able to personally pick the products that we in this part of Connecticut get to see when we go to the store. And this is one that I personally picked because I think it's right in our wheelhouse. We really like IPAs that taste like they have fruit in it that have no fruit in it.
Triple tail.
We like IPAs that have fruit in it, but we really like IPAs. When I say we, I mean the sales numbers I look at, the amount of SKUs in the stores, the amount of draft lines that are out there, really just points towards a nice, lightly malted, slightly bit of cereal, but mostly just hops.
See, this is my hard flavor. This is the thing that I'm kind of like, it sits heavy on my tongue. I don't always love it, but I have actually, like we said last week, I tried some stuff and I was like, wow, that's different. And I gotta say, this is not bad at all. This is actually wonderful. It's got the smell, but it doesn't have that heavy rippling your tongue. And
5.5%, which is kind of effed up to be calling an IPA 5.5%. But hey, you know what? Everybody's doing it.
Wait. So why do you say that? What is it
Technically, an
about
IPA should be, according to the Brewers Association, should be for 6 to 7.4% alcohol.
6 to 7.4% alcohol
So 5.5
is
a pale ale.
Not that right.
It's a pale ale,
Yeah. Okay.
technically. But all day IPA from Founders is 4.8. But yeah, it says IPA. So it's a marketing thing, and it's become.
So they're
pretty-
using IPA as the marketing tool. They're saying that like, hey, IPAs are selling, throw it on there.
And the point of the matter is, it's gonna smell like this, gonna taste like this. Doesn't technically matter what the ABV is. Maybe, maybe not. No, it doesn't matter anymore. In fact, I much prefer a lighter IPA. Like, I would rather. Well, I can't say I wouldn't. I'd rather have this than King Julius, or Julius Julius. But I do love this more. Like, all right, let's say I like Alter Ego better than Doppelganger because it's more drinkable. It's more fruity. Like, so if there's more alcohol, that means there's more malt, and there's more malt, there's more hops. In order for it to be balanced.
Sure.
And so then the more malt and the hops that you throw in there, the bigger it is, and like you were saying, it's harder to drink more of them.
Yeah.
Like, I like it to be, really floral, and really the regular IPAs versus the double IPAs are always going to be more floral, I think, and from my experience. And I don't need the alcohol. I like to drink beer because of the flavors. I can drink more of them if they aren't so intensely alcoholic.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. That is definitely the feeling that I get. It's like, all right, so
I like to be social,
yeah,
not be under the table.
I've been under the table and I choose not to go there anymore.
Feel that. Heard.
Not saying I'm not gonna end up there, but
There's no guarantees. But I haven't been there in a while. Because even after Extreme Pint this year, the manager was like, you did a great job busting everything down, getting it in the elevator, getting it in the truck, and
yeah,
and I'm like, I don't remember any of that. I'm glad it got done right.
Well, I think we should wrap it up for this week. March 1st, tickets go on sale for the Rising Pint. Make sure you get them. Anything else about the Rising Pint? Anything we should know ahead of time?
The bands are booked.
Bands are booked.
Yes, we have Rift, a premier fish cover band in the area, and Rain, as of today, is our headliner.
Cool. Very cool.
Both Connecticut bands, local. I like to do local. These guys are good guys. I've known them for a long time, and I like to support them.
And I think, as you were saying, we're going to try to have more Connecticut breweries at
We
the
are.
pint this year, and kind of sectioned off, so they're more. You can know where you're drinking from.
For those of you that have been to Pint, it's a horseshoe, and the band and me are usually right here near the band,
Yeah.
the horseshoe, and one of the horseshoe ends will be Connecticut section. Everything.
Awesome. All right, so subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.